What you gon' eat today? That but I feed the face. Anything you can say, I know the chef can make. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Better come get you a plate. That salmon big as a steak. That burger big as your face. You heard what people say. It's good. It's good. Told my family pull.
All right, Shopaholics, I'm about to make barbecue ribs and real motherfucking tips, black folk style. And guess what? You can cook along with me. So hold up, I'm gonna give y'all a little time to get y'all mise en place together, and then I'll get right back with you. All right, now that you got all your mise en place together, let's start with the meat. We got us some spare ribs right here that's already been cut St. Louis style. So that means the tips and everything are off of them. And here they go right here. I'm gonna show you how to put these to use. We not about to waste nothing. First I take and I trim the spare rib, get all the excess fat off, cause that ain't gonna make good for no good cook. Make sure you get that off. Trim all that. You can save the trimmings. Do something else with it if you want. Now what you want to do, you want to take and we're going to get the membrane off. So we're going to take our finger. We're going to go in. Pull it up a little bit. Make sure you grab it. Grip it. And we're going to take a paper towel. Put it in there because that's going to help us grip it. And we should be able to pull it all. If you can't get it all in one piece, don't worry. Just make sure you get it off and you slide it all down just like that. Once you got the membrane all off, now you can square the rib up. That way, we're going to make it look presentable. We're going to square it up so it get a good even cook while it's on the smoker. Now we have two even size pork ribs, St. Louis style cut. Just like this. Okay, now we work on the rib tip part of it. I know a lot of folk take the tips off the ribs and then they cook them all just whole, just like this on the grill, and then they cut them later. That ain't how I do mine. So I'm finna show you how I do mine. I go ahead and I cut mine first, just like this. I switch knives because I don't want to use my good knife because I don't want to mess it up. I cut nice, good, even sizes. Just like that so they can fit on the grill. Now we got two spare ribs, cut St. Louis style. And we took the tips and we turned them into cube size, what they call these burnt ends, or however they want to call them. Now we about to get into seasoning. Okay, the first thing we do, we hit it with a little bit of salt. Not no whole lot. We just want the salt to like sweat the meat. Flip them over, make sure you do the same thing that you did on that side to this side. Just like that. Now you want to let these sit for about 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes so that salt can penetrate and get everything going on, start to working, sink it down in the meat. Now you want to take and do the rib tips the same way. Get that all mixed up. And we're going to let this sit for about 20, 30 minutes. Now, after the ribs done sat for about 20, 30 minutes, we're going to go back and we're going to hit it with what they call a binder. Most folks use oil, or you probably use mayonnaise or whatever, but today we're going to use regular yellow mustard. Don't put it all on there big and everything. We're just going to put a little bit on there. That's going to help for the seasoning, for your dry rub and everything to stick to it. So I'm just going to hit it with a little bit. And then you rub that all in just like I'm doing right here. Then want to make sure you flip them over and get the other side. Same way. It don't take much. We just want something so the seasoning can stick to it. And I told you, whatever we do to the rib, we gonna do it to the rib tip. Add a little mustard in there. Hold on, it don't want to come out, y'all. Add a little mustard in there. Watch out. Add a little mustard in there. Get it all. Massage your meat. Get it all in there. Don't be scared to put your hands on it. Now, after you got your ribs all coated with your binder, whatever you gonna use, oil, mayonnaise, mustard, it's yours. I ain't gonna say that. It's yours. Do it how you want to do it. So I'm gonna take. You can take some of your rub, your favorite rub. You can make it, or you can buy it from the store, or you can just use seasoned salt, or however is yours, however you want to season it. But today I'm gonna use some of this Pitmaster cheese all-purpose barbecue rub, and I'm just gonna lay it on thick. Don't leave no parts of the meat uncovered. Flip it over and do the same thing to this side. Okay, make sure all of it get covered. Now I'm gonna take it and do it like this and make sure we get the edges. We want this thing covered up now. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the rib tips. Make sure you get them all mixed up. Get some of the seasoning on all of them. Now I'm about to put these on, and you see where it's at. It's about 250, 275. It gonna to start up like that. We're gonna get it down to about 225 when everything go on there. So that should be right there. We're gonna put them on. We got the ribs. We're gonna set them on, not directly over, just like that right there. Set those down. Then we're gonna get the rib tip. Set them down right here, just like that. That way they get some smoke on them. Along with the rib. Gonna lift them up. I'm gonna make sure, see that? Make sure they not burning. That's good. Move the rib tips around a little bit. We just want to put some smoke on them, get a little color on them. And we let them, we don't touch them yet. We just let them continue to cook for about an hour. Now after about an hour, they should look like this. So we're gonna go ahead and move around the rib tip. I'm gonna take them and I'm gonna sit them up here so they can just get a little smoke on them. I don't want them to burn. Setting them up on the top rack. Now what I did was I took the coals and I pushed them over to the side so we can get indirect heat. So these ribs won't burn up under the bottom and they just gonna smoke from right here. And I got my rib tips on the top right there so they can continue to get a little bit more smoke. As y'all can see, everything coming along just fine. Right now I want to take and baste it. I'm basting them with butter, little rub, and soy sauce. Now we're gonna take the rib tips off right now because they got pretty good smoke on them. I like the color on them. They tender, they falling off. Get all these off. See, the thing is, once we get them all off, we're gonna go in and we're gonna finish them in the oven. Okay, now we can start the braising process with the rib tips. As you see, I got them inside of a pan. What I want to do is I want to take a little bit of water, put it at the bottom of the pan. That's going to create a little steam. Then I'm going to take, you can take your favorite barbecue sauce. I ain't gonna say the name of them because they don't pay me. But take a little barbecue sauce, put a little bit on there. You don't have to if you don't want to. We got some barbecue sauce on there. I'm gonna take this liquid butter, put some of that in here. And I'm gonna mix it up a bit. Just to make sure all the rib tips and everything tender. Got a little good flavor on it. Take a little bit more of this seasoning and hit on the top of it just like this. Now we're gonna get some foil paper. Roll it out. Now see, now this where we at. You see the shiny part, and then you got a dull part. The shiny part, that's the part that go down. And that's the part that holds the heat in. Go ahead and make sure you get a tight seal on it. All the way around. Then we're gonna stick this in the oven for about 30, 40 minutes till it get all tender. You can eat the gristle and everything. Now I got the temperature of my oven set at 425 because that's what I always cook on. Now you can set yours at 350, it just might take a little long, but I got mine set at 425. Okay, now that everything's off the grill, let's see if your ribs look like these ribs. You see the bend in them, just like that. That means they done. You see that bend? That's that bend. That means they done. We gonna cut into them, and we gonna see how it look. Look it up. Cut it again. Ribs. Let's look at the rib tips. Hold up. Got the rib tips right here. Open them up. Look at that. Let's get them mixed up a little bit. Just pull apart. Rib tips. Here y'all go. Right here, ribs, barbecue rib tips. Y'all already know what I say. If your shit don't look like this, throw it in the motherfucking trash.